the main event definitely made my trip worth going. I got to see some kangaroos and some koalas and stuff like that. And I was like, I gotta get out. I never get out when I travel. Let me make sure I get out. But for that morning for us to have a fight of that magnitude at 10 o'clock in the morning, I was like, what? But it really did, man. It lived up to me. It lived up to the bill.
Well, it was in a lot of ways. Now that we're talking and expanding on the fight, it was kind of similar to what we got from Canelo the week before, which is these back-to-back performances by great fighters who are still great.
Yeah.
And getting into their 30s, Loma at 36, Canelo at 33, but still really effing good.
Yeah,
And I say
yeah,
effing out of respect to my Christian brother Shawn, but really
yeah.
effing good. And
Yeah.
so that, yeah, very similar in that regard, where they're just two great aging champions who put on great performances against very credible opponents.
Yeah.
And Lomachenko winds up getting the stoppage. Canelo came close, hurt
Yeah.
Munguia a number of times, but I really enjoyed both because you got to appreciate greatness while it's still before us. And we don't know how many more times Lomachenko and Canelo are going to look like that.
Hmm.
But for their last fights, they looked like themselves, and it was awesome to watch.
Yeah, I mean, no secret that styles make fights. Both these guys had someone across from them that fit their mode of operation entirely. The question that was asked before I left the desk, the host desk, the young lady said, she said, George told us that he's spoken to Devin Haney a couple of times. What do you think Devin Haney told him? And before she had asked me that, I hadn't thought it. I had heard that they had spoken, but I hadn't thought about it at all until she asked me that question. And I said, "Oh, simple. Go to the body. You can definitely look to see George Kambosos go to the body tonight. If he's been talking to Devin Haney, watch for him to go to the body, and he should have some success with that." And as I'm walking back down to go downstairs, I was just thinking, I was like, damn, like that was the best question you could have asked me in that moment because I didn't think about what we would see until then. And sure enough, I mean, he comes out in the first round, going to the body, and I had him win the first round, I had him lose the second round, I had him win the third round, and then it became all Loma after that. But I felt like going to the body, obviously something that it seemed to me something that only a Devin Haney would tell you to do because I have not seen him be that intensive and committed to the body in any other fight. And I thought it was the best style for him because we could see those body shots pay off for Devin Haney through the course of the fight, especially near the end of that fight that he had with Lomachenko.
Yeah, and it was the same kind of shot he was attempting, that sweeping right hand to the body, right? And
Hmm.
yeah, and it makes sense that him and Devin, I guess, formed a bit of a bond after their two fights, and so did the dads, Jim Kambosos and Bill. So he was smart. He was humble enough to ask a guy who had some success again, who beat Lomachenko in a very very close fight. Some people thought Lomachenko won, but Devin got the win. And, he took that sweeping right hand of the body, which is probably smart, right, Shawn? Because this is constantly doing something to
Yeah,
bending, feinting, pawn with it, doubling it
yeah,
up, move to the left, move to the right, bend the
yeah,
knees, half step out, half step in. So all that's going on up top, I guess, hit the body when the head's moving a lot. And I'm like you. I thought Cambosa, even though it was a competitive first round, I thought he did enough to win the first round. I gave Loma 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then 6 was competitive because he went back to the body. But what was kind of funny is he went back to the body in the sixth, and at the end of the sixth round, Lomachenko said, "Oh yeah, I'm a great body puncher. Why don't I
yeah,
do that? I'm
yeah.
so busy dominating and headhunting. Let me go to the body." And he
Hmm.
closed the sixth round going to the body with better placement than George was able to do. And
Yeah,
then in the seventh round, he went to the body some more. And then eventually in the 11th, he stops him to the body. And Lomachenko was always a great body puncher. He knows how to
yeah.
place those shots accurately beneath the elbow and everything. So I almost thought George reminded him when he started having a little bit of success again in the sixth round. Oh yeah, I could do that. Let me do
Yeah,
that.